2:02 or so on this Wednesday afternoon. In the absence of our Chairman Joe Fernie, I'll call the meeting to order. First business is to approve the minutes from our December 21st, 2022 meeting.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of the December 21, 22 meeting.
Second.
Any comments or suggestions or amendments of any type? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next item is the financial report, treasurer's report dated December 31st, 2022. The
Financial report.
3-page sheet, am I correct, Tammy?
Yes.
Okay, the treasurer's
November
report.
2022 and December 2022 figures. Anything
this
outstanding, Tammy?
Yes.
Anything we should be aware of on here? Any
The only
changes?
thing, the 705 tenants receivable balance, we have 4 tenants that have applied for help through the RAFT program, the rental assistance program, and we haven't heard back yet. So hopefully we'll hear back within the next, it's a 21-day process. So hopefully within the next week or two, we hear back whether they've been approved or not.
So this is for the rent?
The 16.8 to the 22.8, that one?
Yeah. And a big chunk of that was that the grievance hearing went through and we attached her rent.
Is that hasn't been received yet?
No.
Okay.
So that's
What
that
are you
big-
looking at?
The
Right here, Gloria. This one right
705,
here, why it's so high.
Oh, okay.
3/4 of the way down.
Yep.
to
And
six-
yeah, so that's it.
So that should be changed by the next meeting, obviously. Should be.
Yeah.
It's 3
I
days.
don't want to go over that business, right?
Yeah.
It's not an open meeting, so.
Okay.
All right, thank you for that.
So, on the second page, we are under on the budgeted annual,
Yeah,
and that's
That's a pretty
because-
low figure, right?
Yeah, usually we're above on that for
Usually a
some
bit
reason.
higher.
We're not usually under. Is there a reason why we're under?
we're to the good still.
We're to the good.
Oh, this
We're
is-
not to the bad.
This
We're to
is
the
good?
Yep. A
Okay.
negative is a good, a positive is a bad.
Okay, gotcha. That's not a
But
usual
last month it was
thing, but
14.
that's okay.
Last month it was 14,000, now it's only 1,000.
Yeah, we paid a bunch of bills that, so the ARPA funds came through.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to take those bills and put them into capital and get reimbursed from the state. So that's part of,
Okay,
so.
so we're gonna get some of that reimbursed to us. Okay. I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report of December 31, 2022 for the Granby Housing Authority.
Second.
Any further discussion? Not, thank you, Don, thank you, Gloria. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
In that is, the quarterly is the next one we have to, I just didn't write it in the
Agenda,
agenda.
So the next one will be a quarterly
Is the quarterly,
modernization.
the quarterly
No, the-
budget is
this one here, Gloria,
Oh, okay.
got it down?
Got it.
That's through the end of December.
That's the 3-page sheet? Yep.
Yeah.
We got a lot of this stuff today, a lot of financial stuff.
End of the quarter, that's why.
How you feeling?
Good.
Anything out of the ordinary on here?
No.
The collection loss is Nothing really, I guess.
Vote is needed for approval of this one as
Yep.
well?
Yes, all three of them.
All three, okay.
Make a motion that we approve the quarterly operating statement as written.
Second?
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, aye as well. And one more, Tammy?
Yeah, the modernization report, which is the one that's got the sideways there.
Yeah.
Are we, are all these projects okay?
Yeah, so most of the projects have been, they're gonna be zeroed out.
I don't know what half of them, what they are, because by the numbers, they don't tell me what
Right, so
actual
if
project it
you,
is.
let's see, so the 5.2 is the roof for building 1. 5.3 was the roof to fix the shed.
Which shed?
The one that's out back,
Oh,
that we are
that
not
roof?
doing anything with.
At this-
Yep.
Okay,
The 8,500, oh, I don't remember what that one was for, but there's only $10 left in that one. The 76 is the,
Was that the tree one?
I believe that was the tree one, yeah.
Okay.
The 60 is the hallway project,
okay,
and then 61 was the office COVID renovations.
okay.
And until RCAP zeroes those accounts out and closes them, then Gary can take them off the modernization report.
Okay. What about this bathroom business over here?
So the bathroom, we have it slated to to kind of start the project next week. We've just been waiting for Fontaine Heating to.
So is that, did that go out to bid?
No, it didn't have to go out to bid. So they're gonna come in and they're going to assess it, and then Jim's gonna do the work. So because
Including-
we're doing it in-house, part of it in-house, then we didn't have to send it out to bid.
Okay, so you're still gonna have to tear the wall down and
Oh, yeah. Yep.
move the piping?
We don't know
Whatever.
until we tear the pipes, to take the wall apart. Once we take the wall apart, then
Yeah, then you'll know what's
Right,
gonna
what
have to
kind
be
of mess it
done.
is,
But
but
you're
I'm-
gonna do it in-house anyway.
we're trying to do it in-house, so
Yeah,
we don't
okay.
have to.
And what is Fontaine Heating gonna do?
He's gonna dig up because he does the plumbing, he's gonna
Plumbing.
start the plumbing part of it.
Okay.
So he'll take the wall down? Fontaine will take the wall?
Yeah, Jim and him will work, and Jim will do what he can of it, and then Fontaine will come in and do
Do
what
his
he
part.
has to do, and then Jim will come in and hopefully it'll be an easy, we'll be able to move it, and it'll be an easy fix. If not, we'll
You're-
go from there.
You're just doing the toilet, you're not doing the urinal part of it?
just the toilet.
Just the toilet part, yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, I just,
Urinal's not too high or low,
well,
I guess.
you guys can stand on your tiptoes if you want.
Gloria, it's not our fault you were built close to the ground.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. But I always get a nosebleed when I go in there.
But it could turn, that could,
But it's the same height as the one that was always in here, so that,
And I know.
but you never complained about that one, that's what gets me. That one was up for years. So anyways, I need a vote on the mod
Yeah.
report, please.
Well, that need to be done, that need to be fixed anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, it
Right.
wasn't me, actually, it was
Right.
the building
Building
inspector
inspector, right.
who did that, not us, not me.
All
I
right.
make a motion to accept the quarterly consolidated modernization cost report on period ending 12/31/22.
second.
Thank you, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, that's done.
Now is that the director's report?
Yep, so we are,
Yep.
as of Friday, this coming Friday, we will be completely full. We have had the last apartment accepted. He'll be in on Friday to do their paperwork. It is a couple that was residing on Kendall Street in Granby. So we're happy that we're full. The well up at Hillside is in need of fracking. We've had higher than normal for us coliform tests. It's not a dangerous level. There's nothing to worry about other than the DEP wants the well fracted,
What
which
is
goes
that?
in and they do whatever it is they need to do to open the veins up again. To allow with the drought, the silt and everything kind of closed in, and so that needs to be done. So that is roughly 50 to 100 grand. I did speak to Steve Silverstein, who is our project manager at DHCD, and he is talking to those that he needs to at DHCD to see if they will foot the bill for it. If not, it will come from our funds. And we went through all of our projects, our capital for the modernization, and we have money in there, so it won't be a big blow to us. You know, hopefully it will all go on the nicer lower level of the cost, and then we should be okay.
When was this discovered?
They've been watching the coliform probably for about 6 months now, and in the beginning of December, the guy came in from the DEP and went up there with us, and we walked through everything. And because they were giving us time to see if they would go down, but they're not going down, and we had an alarm go off. The water wasn't coming through at the same level, so the alarm goes off. So because of that, we're just thinking it's either you do a new well or you fracked it and hope for the best.
Is our Board of Health involved in this?
No, I haven't gotten them involved in
No?
it yet, no.
And where do they think the coliform would be coming from? Why are they
It's
decreased levels?
everywhere. No, it's everywhere, but because the
water flow is down.
the water table is so down, you're just getting it in from a different, it goes up and down here also. So it's just not, but because it's been on the higher end of it, they watch what's going on and they want it, they want it to come down.
These are tested monthly, right? These, yeah.
Right.
So what they're saying is that the pipes that the water comes in are clogged up, so it's...
No, it's not the pipes. So when you put your well in, when they drill the well, the water is just kind of falls into the well from just underground.
Right.
And it's like veins, water veins. And because it was a drought and the water dropped,
From the exterior.
so it's just those veins are drying up.
How
So
deep
it
is
has
the
to-
well there?
I want to say 400 feet, but off the top of my head, I don't remember.
Wow.
So we're looking at whether it's the pump. There's a whole bunch of different things that are going to be happening soon. They're just looking to see money-wise where we can go from here and there. There's still,
Just hope we don't have to have another well dug.
I know.
Well,
I think it's going to cost just about the same as
Yeah.
much as another well anyway. So it's
you're
just whatever.
still able to use it anyway at this
Oh, yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not
and
like,
when the alarm goes off that the water's not coming in at the same rate that it always comes in, then the guys go up there and they have a schedule where they go up and they turn it on, and then they go and they turn it off and let it build back up again and then go on and off, and we end up paying more money payroll-wise, but we managed to get the water.
in the meantime, if they decide the fracking isn't good and they want to do another well, they can do the other well while this one is still serviceable. So it
I would
wouldn't...
think so.
It wouldn't be without water,
Right.
is all I'm...
I don't think we'd be without water.
Yeah, okay. And the heat pumps next.
The heat pumps, the last of them are being done tomorrow and Friday. The ARPA money has been put into our cap hub, so we can start the process, start getting everything ready for what we decided to use the money for. And we're in the process of starting the annual plan for next year. So, ceiling fans, we have to have Abide come in and do testing on before we do anything. So, I gotta
So we
get that
still are
scheduled.
not replacing them yet?
Well, I had got to find out the asbestos level, if there is asbestos, if there isn't, so they'll have to come in and do the testing on a couple of apartments, and then we'll go from there on what needs to be done and what we can do and what we can't do and what the cost is going to be.
And what
Okay.
about the shed up there? Are
Right,
you-
well, that we haven't, I mean, the money's there, but we haven't, we kind of put that on the back
On top
burner
of-
for now because we're,
Not top of the list, yeah.
right, it's not on our, that would have to come down. There's a whole, that's more of a summer thing. that
Okay,
would-
and what about that shed that I saw on the
Yep.
side out there? What is that?
Was up behind the well building at Hillside, and it wasn't in use, so we brought it down here so we can use it
And what is it being used for?
for the maintenance, to
Just
store
store stuff?
like paper towels and toilet paper and windows and netting and everything that's jammed into that, to where,
To the garage?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just, because I saw it and I said, gee, I wonder where that came from.
yeah,
And that was moved last time. right?
last month, yeah.
Okay,
No, the equipment's is stored in there to keep it out of the weather? No?
It will be, yeah. They're gonna put a lean-to off of the roof to be able to put the
I
tractor.
see that sitting out there, yeah.
At night, the tractor goes in the garage, so once they have the lean-to on it, then they can put it under there, and then it's out of it, and
do we
Good.
have to get a permit for that?
I don't think so, it's just a small roof coming off of it, but we'll get a hold of the building inspector.
Well, yeah, I just asked the question.
If we have one.
Hmm?
If we have one.
We don't have a building
know.
No, he
inspector yet?
retired, yeah.
Oh, he retired? He retired?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Tammy, getting back to the heat pumps, you said the remainder in the next 2 days. I assume that's building 3 and 4?
They've been doing them in building 3 and 4 this month. I've got the schedule Jim's got the schedule on his calendar, and I saw that it was tomorrow and Friday, so he's got appointments set up for the certain apartments. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
Then yours might not be.
Okay. All right.
you have to clean your own, I think.
Then it ain't gonna get cleaned.
I'll check on that. I'll check on that after.
Okay, thank you.
Just kidding.
And then the only other thing I have is the letter app behind everything is just letting you know that the budget was approved for this year.
The December 21st letter here?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they finally approved the budget.
So we don't have to vote on this?
No, that's just letting you know that the budget was approved. That's it.
That's it under the commission. Next is the,
Nope, next is the commissioner.
okay, yeah. I'm
Try to
looking
go right
ahead.
by me, Jim.
No, I checked it off, but I was looking ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Don.
I have a couple of things. When all of us are here from the board, there's a couple of policies that I'd like to go over. Tammy was nice enough to print off all the policies. There are a total of 12 policies that we've made over the past couple of years and years before. So I'm going to try to revise one and add it, if we can get it by.
Do we have a policy that you're referring to now
We do.
in place? You
We
wanna
do. I want to change
Amend
it.
it? You
I want to amend it.
Okay,
I'll be working on amending it by the next meeting,
okay.
okay?
You might, what policy are you talking about?
Smoking.
Smoking, okay. We have smokers here?
We do.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh. Okay,
That's the one you're gonna review and bring before
review
us?
and,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I want to try to bring it up to DHCD standards, because we're pretty lenient here with that issue.
Okay.
Okay, also involving the board, I would like us to do a walk around. I know it's winter, but we were supposed to do a walk around in fall, so keep that in mind.
We did one.
We did one.
We did one
yeah.
in the fall.
Oh, was it in the fall? I'm losing track. Okay,
Well,
well,
are we supposed to do more than one a year?
we were talking about doing it a couple times a year, at least that was Joe's thought.
We had said to do like once a quarter to do it. Whenever
Okay.
you guys
Maybe in
wanna,
March?
In March.
Maybe March.
okay.
I'll wear my
Adult.
boots when we're doing it, just in case there's snow on the ground.
Right, right.
Like today's snow?
Yeah, isn't that nice? It snowed for a while and then it
Oh, yeah,
stopped.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
that brings me to my next topic while we're saying snow. We go through this every winter. People know, or should know by now, the plowing procedure. And there's still people that insist on parking. They move their cars the night before. And it goes into this side parking lot here, which Jim generally plows first to give himself room to park cars as he does the parking lot, the tenant parking areas. So that needs to be addressed again. I know it's posted very clearly in the hallways, but maybe a door-to-door thing. Or another easy way, put a set of sawhorses across the mouth of that driveway.
Well,
And it
this
snows.
past time, because it snowed so late in the day and they weren't coming back until 6:30 to start the cleaning up, because it was supposed to stop at 6, the tenants over there on building 1 and 2 decided to move their cars so they wouldn't have to deal with it in the morning. And that's where the problem was created this time, because the guys
But
didn't.
that happened most of
Yep.
the time. People move.
Yep, so, tenant, the list was given to me and the tenants will be talked to about.
Perfect.
Can we put a barrier there? Just if they know it's gonna be snowing or if it's anticipated, maybe they could do that before,
Well, the only
before
problem with that is if it, then Jim's gotta get out of the truck if he comes in to, I mean, I can ask.
So he has to get out of the truck and move the barrier.
I'm just, depending on the conditions. There might be some, if it's, starts with the sleet and the freezing rain, then there might not be where he can do that. If it's sleet and freezing rain first and then it snows on top of it, it could freeze to being stuck in there, and so
Well, you can maybe just discuss it with
I
him
will.
and see what his
Yep.
opinion is, not to tell him what to do.
People do
just
that just, they don't have to
suggest
move
it.
in the morning?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are they all moved out of there then, so it's easy for him to plow where they moved from?
Nope.
It's
There
not
was
like
one-
everyone does, okay.
There was one car that was left there
Okay.
until just yesterday.
Maybe they could just put a sawhorse on each end with a rope across it so that he wouldn't have to he would just have to untie the
Something like that,
rope,
yeah.
and then he didn't have to move the sawhorses. It would just, I'm just
Okay.
thinking, I'm thinking off the top of my head.
Well, it's just a hassle to plow
Just-
lots like this with cars all over the place. It's just,
Oh, of course,
it's just
but
a hassle.
if he has at least one area that's
Yeah.
free,
And the
then
other
he
thing,
can,
if the tenants just do what they're supposed to do, then
They
you
won't
don't
do
have
that.
to do that.
Mhm.
But I will. Oh, I know. I will have a conversation with them.
Thank God it
Okay.
doesn't snow very much.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Thank God we're not
Yes,
We're
Greenfield.
not used to it.
Greenfield's getting smacked again today.
Yeah.
yeah.
And my last thing
Thank you.
is, it's been brought to my attention that there are people that feel that having no window treatments at all in the hallway windows is not a cool thing.
What do you mean window treatments?
So we took,
Drapes or whatever.
Oh.
we had all the
Curtain,
drapes
okay.
and the shades taken out of the hallways because, the bugs and everything, and, so we just took, when we said nothing was allowed in the hallways, the guys took everything out of the hallways, including the curtains, and said the curtains should be removed. Some of the tenants have gone back and have put the curtains back in, and we have a group of tenants that, I'm not allowed to have it, why do they have it? So we just get a hold of the people and tell them they're not allowed to have it in the hall.
Is there any kind of policy concerning that?
No.
We never made one.
Nope.
I don't remember that
It's
being
just easier
even-
for maintenance not to have shades and curtains in the windows.
Why?
And it's lighter, it actually is lighter inside the hallways
Yeah.
without them.
Right.
So even like the mini blinds would be a no-go?
I mean, from maintenance and my standpoint, yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Personally, I don't, you know, a curtain is a curtain, but maintenance is the one that takes care of them, so.
And these curtains or whatever were the housing authority's property.
No, the curtains are the tenant's property. So we asked the tenants to take them down, and they did.
So the
Once
tenants,
they went through and they finished everything that was going on, one tenant put her curtain back up. A group of tenants were upset because they were told no, and this one tenant was allowed to put her curtain back up. I believe she has since removed it.
it's gone.
Yep.
Also, I don't, this is very delicate in a way. All you gotta do is walk out the front door of the office and look up, and their shades are destroyed at this point. It really does look terrible.
In
I
their
don't know.
in their apartment?
In their apartment.
Just tell me what apartment and after, and I will
Okay.
work order to have
Okay.
them replaced.
Okay.
I would like to work on a shade policy because I get it looks awful. We spend an incredible amount of money replacing shades.
Do we do that?
Yeah,
The shades that pull up and down?
those right there.
The mini blinds?
the mini blinds.
The blinds?
Yeah, mini blinds.
And if they break one, you know, I mean, we have tenants that go through a lot of them because they're constantly out the window, looking out the window, and then
And
it
it snaps
breaks.
the vanes.
And it snaps it, and then they want a new one. And it, you know, 2 months later, it's broken.
So
They're
wait,
mini, they're not
okay.
really adorable, like the old Venetian blinds that were made out of aluminum or some kind of tin. They're not strong like that. The more you flex them, the more they're gonna break.
Well, maybe we can discuss, try to discuss a policy at our next meeting. So maybe that could be one.
I have one that I will give to you. And you
Okay.
can- I've
Okay,
been
so
working
is
on
there a
one.
policy from DHCD?
So DHCD is, there is no policy from them. However, they recommend not replacing mini blinds because, you know, my thought is provide them when the tenant moves in, and then if they need to replace one,
So-
let them, you know, we can charge their account and we can replace it. That way they're buying it at our cost. But
They will pay for it.
you know, they will have to pay for it. That's what I would like. A lot of the other housing authorities in the area have a no mini blind policy. They don't provide them, they don't provide anything, and then they don't have to worry about it. So,
So the best use would be to have them when they move in, and then if they go bad, then the tenant would have to
right,
pay for them.
would have,
Which makes sense, then you still have blinds, but
Right.
there's
right,
some ownership by the tenant.
of
too.
not, you know, oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
You know, more like
Do we
the
have to-
cats.
do-
The
do-
cats break them a lot.
Do we have a standard policy that all the apartments have to have the same blind? The same thing?
No, there's no policy at all.
There's no policy
There's no
at all.
policy at all. We just, we
I mean,
provide them, and it was that way when I started, and I'm sure it was that way when Mary, I'm not sure where put the blinds in, you know, in the windows came in. They were changed from when I first started here, they still had tenants that had the rolling ones. And then we went to this because they were cheaper.
Yeah,
You know, we could certainly go back to the pull-down ones and.
You mean a shade as opposed
Right.
to a mini blind?
No. No.
No, then they'll be doing it to the side and tearing the shade.
Yeah, they'll find a way.
Well,
Okay.
we'll have to discuss a policy
Okay.
and bring it up at our next meeting, and
But it's-
maybe you could put that on the agenda,
Mm-hmm.
policy, whatever. It could be part of
Okay,
whatever you're bringing with your policy
Right.
program.
right.
And you
okay,
can deal with Tammy and see what there would be.
okay,
My suggestion would be that if you are going to provide them, you provide them initially, as you said, Jim.
And then,
And if they break, it's on them, they have to replace it the same type of blind as what was originally there. They can't just say, oh, I'm going to put a roll shade instead. They wouldn't have the option of having a different type
They
of.
still go through the office here to get
Right,
them
if
put
they
in.
go through us, then it's standard and it's the
Standard.
same,
You wanna
keep it
same one all the
standard.
time. And they're
That's-
gonna get, it's gonna be cheaper for them to get it through us than it is for them to go to a store and buy it.
Yeah, so anyway, we can do
Okay.
that. The other policy, the other suggestion might be to have no shades, period. Just put a drape or a curtain, full curtain.
You
and then
can't
they-
tell people what to put, you know,
Yeah,
No, I mean, we would just not provide that. If they
Right.
wanted something, it would be up to them to provide the thing.
Well, that would be in line with, you provide your own refrigerator, you provide your own window treatments
okay.
as a
What,
possibility.
you know, going into that, then it runs into, you have different holes being put in. You know, at least this way, the holes are put in the window frames, and from tenant to tenant, it's, you know, when that tenant goes, we don't have to mud the holes and put the,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's
Right,
just a
yeah.
standard,
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes you don't need to change the hardware
right.
still works.
Stays.
You don't
and-
change the hardware.
Right,
It still fits, just take it out and put a new one in
Yeah,
and clip them
yeah.
in and you're good.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, Don.
okay, thank you.
Smoking, you're gonna break them next time, you think?
I'm gonna work these two policies, we'll have two policies, hopefully at the next
You're
meeting.
trying to make it a time when we're all present, right?
Right,
Okay.
right,
Hopefully
exactly.
That'll happen, okay. Thank you. Next, Tim, is public
That's it.
comment, anybody signed up?
Bill Winkler would like to discuss the road.
Bill on the road.
That is last month, we had I was here at the meeting where there was supposed to be the road put in, and there was a mention of a letter that came from the Murphys who live behind us, at 107 West State Street. That the letter stated that Finns Hill employees cannot use that side road that runs behind Building 4 to get to the maintenance shed. That letter is a fake. It is a forged letter.
I don't
From the
remember
Murphys.
seeing that.
He
I
read
spoke
the
to the
letter, no.
Murphys after the meeting,
No, oh,
both Aaron and Rob.
are
said
they the
never-
ones, excuse me, are they the ones that live up on the hill
Yes.
way and back? Yes,
Aaron and
okay.
Rob Murphy with their family, the kids and that. And I spoke to Aaron first, and she had no idea about a letter being sent to Forge, Finns from them. Her husband called me about a half hour later. He said, I have no idea what you're talking about, Bill. I said, I just came from a meeting. And there was a mention of a letter that was sent from you folks to Finns that we cannot use that road anymore. Well, it's a forged letter, in other words. The Murphys never sent it. They want a copy of it.
We spoke to them after you spoke to them. They called here and we did talk to them. So it's taken care of. We will not be using their road because if for some, if we build a road or a driveway from our building to their road, and they for some reason sell their property and the next person doesn't allow us to use that road, then that driveway we've paid the money for is now no good. There is not enough room on the other side of Building 4 to put in a road because of the way the land goes.
But
So,
to me, it
it-
seemed
as
that
of right
somebody
now-
wants to sneak in that letter
As
to get
of
that
right
road
now,
put in on our property.
we are not anywhere near at the point of deciding where a road or a driveway or any walkway will be. I've looked for the letter, and I'm not sure where it was filed, so it was when Mary was here, I was still the secretary, so I'm still looking for it. So as soon as I find it, I will be happy to present it to the board.
They would
Okay.
like a copy also.
They didn't ask for a copy of it.
They asked me to get them.
Well, she can call here.
I'm just passing the word
Yep.
out.
I will. We spoke to her, she
It
did,
just
they
seems
did
a little
call.
odd that letter popped up once the road was gonna be put in. That way we don't have access.
No, the letter-
Then we have to have a road put in.
The letter
There's
was,
something wrong with this.
all right.
I'm telling you, there is.
Okay.
Ask the boys what happened to the copper. Or the glass that went around the copper. The glass got thrown in the dumpster, so did the copper.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. I was the
You gotta be-
secretary here
you have to
at
be
that
more
point in
careful
time.
with
So-
what you allow these guys to do. Well, Tammy, I've tried to talk to you before about this.
But we're not gonna do anything with that building.
No,
or
we're
road
not
or
doing
so it's
anything
just-
right now.
It's on the real back burner.
Right,
I just wanted to
right. He's just,
let it be known that the letter is a forgery. The Murphys never sent it.
Okay. So this is not current
No, it's
information.
not.
This is information that was
Right.
brought to the board 2 years or more ago.
Right.
Apparently. But anyway, unless it resurfaces, then a copy can be made and sent to the property
Yep.
owner.
yep.
And in the meantime, we're not doing anything
Right.
with
Doing
that
nothing.
building at this point in time.
We haven't been, the tenants haven't been notified of anything about the water being bad.
That's not here, that's why the tenants up at Hillside have. It's got nothing to do with the tenant water here.
I thought you just said they gotta do a new well.
No, Hillside.
No, I didn't hear him mention the outside.
Yes,
Just
it's
hillside.
But there's
hillside.
no notices being, I had to call you this morning to see if there was a meeting.
It's posted in here, and it's posted in the laundry room.
Why aren't we getting them on the doors?
Because the only time we were getting them on the doors was when it was the online, and the numbers changed monthly. I am only required to post it at Town Hall and in here. I'm not posting it. Everybody else is in here, everybody comes in to do their laundry, or they come in the office to pay rent, or do whatever, or all you gotta do is, we announce at the meeting when the meeting is the next month. If it changes, then it's posted on the wall.
Can I address this?
Mm-hmm.
Chris and I, for how many months, maybe 4 or 5 months, went around, did not do a door to door, but we did put them in the hallway doors. There still were not people in chairs in here, and in fact, some tenants had the gall to take those notices down shortly after they were put up. We have tried it, it doesn't work, Bill.
Is
Is
that why
that-
you put it on the windows of the door?
Exactly why I put it on the windows of the door.
Because I took them off the windows because it's hard to read. I put it on the, to the left of the door and retape it, and it's right there for all four of us.
Is there a bulletin board in the hallways?
There is, but people don't bother looking for it.
Right, but some of the hallways, the bulletin board is on the second landing, or the first landing, and the people on the first floor don't walk
Go up there.
Okay.
So,
Well, there has to be a little bit of initiative. If it's posted in each building, then it's the initiative of the 4 tenants in that particular hallway section to go up the 4 stairs and look at it, or wherever it is. So there has to be a little initiative on the tenants to find out. You know that there is a meeting every month, and it's the 3rd Wednesday of every month, period. That's unless,
something
And
happens.
I will take my responsibility. Bill did stop me last week, the weekend.
I forgot.
Well, I said, okay, as soon as I hear from Tammy when the
4 days
meeting's
ago.
gonna be, I'll let you know. Well, between the parking lot and my living room, I forgot.
It's always on the board outside the office and in the laundry room.
On the calendar?
Is there any more going on?
It's on the
with
calendar.
robocalls?
It's on the calendar, written on the calendar, and the colored paper is posted when the board meetings with this date and time stamp from Kathy Kelly Reagan.
Back in October and November, it wasn't on the calendar, and I called you about that, and the next day I came in and somebody wrote the meeting was on the calendar. And it was never on there. It was
Mistakes
put there
do
the day
happen.
after.
I am not perfect, Bill. Mistakes do
Tammy, I'm
happen.
not saying
Sometimes
that. I'm not
they,
putting the blame on you.
it doesn't,
But there's 3 other people who are in this office that can go and put something on a calendar
it's,
instead of.
first of
you.
all,
I
it's
know
not the
you're-
maintenance
I know
department.
you're here.
It's Shelley and I, and if for some reason Shelley and I didn't get it on the board, I apologize. I'll make sure that it's written on the calendar every month from now on.
You don't have to apologize, it was probably an oversight, but I was just wondering, we have to be notified about the meetings, they're important.
There are 3, the 3rd Wednesday of every month, unless something happens like last week. That's all.
And there was no notice for that either.
The notice with the new date was posted on the board. That's all. I don't have to go around and let every tenant know individually that the meeting has been canceled. We changed the paper out here with the correct date, and that was changed last week.
Is there any more changes or with the robocalls?
So
I was just wondering.
the robocall didn't happen yesterday because if you don't answer your phone, you didn't get the entire message. We've since figured out that you have to repeat it twice in order for it to go through. So if you don't answer your phone, when the way it's set up is it just starts talking. When the minute your phone is answered, it just starts talking. So if you have, I'm not here, leave a message, they've already started to repeat our message. So this way, if that does it by us repeating it twice, you'll get the whole message after it finishes the first message.
So it was sent out yesterday?
No, they did not,
they did
because
not
they
send it out,
didn't,
okay.
we didn't realize that
Okay.
aspect of it.
Just one.
We're just learning of it.
Is all
Can I
the
go back
leases
to the
worked out?
hallways?
What?
All the bugs worked out of that?
I'm hoping, it's a work in
So-
progress. I mean, I've never used it, but hopefully this will fix
Okay, yes.
the way it is. The nice thing about it is we were able to change the language, so there are some tenants that are getting it in other languages, which is a nice thing.
Yeah. yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
you can do
Yeah.
that? Oh.
Yeah, so, yep.
Oh,
Okay.
Can we go back to the hallways?
What is it about the hallways, Bill?
Again, it seems like you're mad at
No,
me.
I just, if you
Trying to
didn't
read
write that,
things.
so I'm trying to run the board meeting the way they're supposed to be run, Bill. You're supposed to write down what you want to talk about. It's not
I
just,
put et cetera.
okay. What about the hallways?
The curtains and all the fixtures and everything like that were thrown in a dumpster instead of saving. Over 60 pictures on the walls from building 1 through 4 were thrown in the dumpster. Any reason why?
The tenants were told to move their stuff by a
They
set
weren't. They
date?
were state pictures, not tenants.
What do you mean state pictures?
They were here, the same pictures were in my hallway for 8 years, 7 years.
Okay, whose pictures were they?
I have no idea.
So they were removed. If there's nothing is supposed to be in the hallways, Bill. Nothing on the walls.
But why
So-
throw them away?
Did you want them? They weren't your pictures.
I
I'm
was
not sure why
assuming
you were
that it was state
complaining.
property.
I'm not
State
sure.
property. It didn't have
You're right.
anybody's, it belongs to on it.
Okay.
anything like that.
So
Usually when you
who,
put something permanent here, it belongs to the state once you move out or whatever.
we can't keep everything, otherwise we would have we don't have the storage for any of that, thank you. So
What about
if it wasn't, there was stuff left in the hallways, if it didn't belong to anybody, it was thrown away, because it didn't belong to anybody. I'm not gonna bring the pictures in here that don't belong to anybody and leave them sitting here. Nobody's gonna claim them because they don't belong to anybody, I'm gonna throw them away. If they were just arbitrary photos of whatever.
Last March, I called for the ice buckets to be refilled, which were.
Last March?
Yes.
You wanna bring last March up
No,
today?
no, last month he
April-
said.
Last March.
And in April, all those buckets were thrown in the dumpster.
You're right.
Full of
You're right.
ice melt.
You're right, because the ice melt had hardened. That's why we
Chopped it up
went
with a
to,
little trowel,
that's
and it
why we
works the same.
we went to smaller buckets this year. So, we did.
Oh, my God. That was a waste. How much did that cost us?
The
Plus
new,
buying new buckets when we had 3 different sizes already? I mean, maintenance is getting all the money and we're not getting anything. The hallways haven't been painted yet. They haven't been cleaned. That was promised on the bulletin in April. Remove your stuff, if it's yours. If it's not, it states, they take it out. And the windows will be cleaned, the hallways will be cleaned, the floors will be cleaned with paint. Never happened.
I
So all
don't,
that stuff is just trashed.
Yours wasn't painted?
No.
Ours was.
well, yours was painted because your flooring was replaced.
Okay.
So we didn't have
I
to, we
thought they
didn't
were all
paint.
painted.
No, we didn't have to pay the company that hired the asbestos people, covered the paint on that.
Yeah, okay, remember that.
So,
is there, any kind of, schedule for that to happen
Painting?
in the hallways?
haven't-
The hallways.
In painting the hallways, I'm working on the capital improvement plan now. I can,
Well, you asked me
Put
why I
in-
went back to April of last year, that's what the bulletin said. And nothing happened in those 8 months. Except
so
property being thrown.
we didn't pull money forward to paint hallways this year.
So we did not?
No.
Is there a way to put that?
I can put it in the plan and see, you know, how it falls, but I think there are, you know, and
Is that the same paint that's used in the rooms?
we asked them to use,
kind of
when they
paint?
came in, they did allow us to choose the color of the paint. So we did go with the same paint that we use everywhere, so then if we had extra, it wouldn't be a complete waste, so.
And our
Just one more
maintenance guys
thing.
will paint, right? They do painting. So if they have a
It's-
chance and have the paint,
yeah.
sometimes they could get a
Yeah.
hallway if there's nothing else.
When we get a
pressing.
chance,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, if there's
Is that
nothing else
something-
pressing.
Is that something you should put in the plan, the annual improvement plan or whatever you?
I can put in a
Area.
small project to pay for the paint, portion of it, and Jim's time, I could see how that works. I can't promise that it will actually make the final cut, but I'll make the project.
Okay,
I think it would at least be something that, the hallway should be maintained on some kind of a schedule, I would think. You
Right,
can't
they're
just let it
cleaned and
go
they're-
for 5 or 6 years without, you know, without tackling it in some way. But if you could just kind of put it in there, and if it happens that it's the people are available and the paint is available, et cetera, it can get done. It can be, maybe if you don't have any empty apartments and there's, so, you know, a little low in some projects, maybe you could have them paint a hallway or something.
Sure.
Just
One
as-
other thing, please, when somebody comes in, either walks in or calls by phone a work order, can that tenant receive a copy with the time and date? Why
There's
not?
no need. Why do you need a copy of it?
Because some work orders disappear.
What work order has disappeared? You can go back to the toilet, because nobody knows of a toilet. We've gone through when we did the inspection, and we looked at all the toilets in Building 3, and not one toilet is broken.
It runs every once in a while.
It
Runs.
Okay,
Needs a
so- but
universal
you
kit.
said the toilet was broken.
No, I said a tank top was broken in building 2.
Yep,
Can I ask what building you live in?
4.
Then why are you in building 2?
He's just letting
I-
us know what other tenants evidently have told him.
Well, okay, if a
And-
tenant tells you something,
They need
maybe,
to come to the office.
maybe you should tell the tenant to come in and tell.
They have. They
I have, last month, Bill, you said that it was Building 3. The
For the leak-
toilet.
For the leaky toilet.
So what apartment? I can't fix it if you don't tell me what apartment it is.
Maintenance has been in there several times, each one of them.
But
They
but
tweak it, twerk it, and.
you
it
need to
still
tell
runs.
me, in order for me to fix it and to talk to maintenance about it, you need to tell me what apartment.
Try 30C,
30C.
that would be Cindy.
Okay.
All right,
so
I will call Cindy on her
Broken
toilet.
tank top is
Right,
the tenant to my left. He
okay.
has a broken tank top.
I told them a long time ago.
That's why if we
Right,
get a
and
copy of
I-
the work orders, if it disappears in the office, the tenant can recall and say, I
So-
filled out a work order 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago.
Karen, from now on, if they don't come in and fix it, call me directly.
We didn't get it.
Or you have my
and you
email.
have
Send me
your
an
copy
email.
Stating,
I
yes,
just
I
put the
did.
toilet under, a towel under it, so it
Right,
doesn't-
you can't,
things don't fall over
unfortunately,
the
they're,
floor.
the toilets, we've had a hard time finding the replacements, and
There's a tank top up in the shed, I showed you pictures
Yep.
last month.
all right.
She could use it.
Okay,
All right,
we're
moving on.
past the amount
Thank
of
you, Bill.
time that we
Thank you. I
allow
appreciate it.
for.
Just-
Thank you.
do you allow, this is not a guarantee, but our Lions Club is always looking for little surface projects.
Who?
Surface projects that our Lions Club could do.
Okay,
Would we be allowed to come in with a crew and paint a hallway?
the only thing that would concern me would be the liability if anybody got hurt.
Well,
Because then
we
the
would-
housing authority is,
We're covered by it, we have insurance.
as long
Lions
as
Club,
you
we
were
have
to
a lot of insurance.
provide me with the copy of the policy,
Yeah.
then you would, like a normal vendor does, then yes, you could.
We come and do that, because we're doing some work for the Historical Association, painting some rooms for them, so. Looking for something to do, because,
Mhm. Yep, as
That's
long
what
as
we're
I have
supposed
that,
to do. Okay.
then I would be okay with that.
all right?
I would suggest if you do that, you provide at least the paint number
Oh, yeah.
so that everything is,
Oh, yeah.
the paint is the same
Yeah,
that they're using. The
Yeah, no, we
color,
would provide the
that's all.
paint.
yeah, if you have the paint, we provide the labor to do it,
Yep.
okay? We'll talk more about that.
Yep.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome, thank you.
Next. Anything else
Nope.
for us?
Just need you to sign those forms and the checks and we're good.
Yeah, these here, and then,
What forms do we have to
this is the
sign?
campaign thing
That
while we're here.
That's this one in here?
No.
No,
That
Jim has
is
it over
just-
here.
I've got it right here.
That last thing in your folder is just in case any of you, I've had a couple inquiries on what the outcome of that was, so
Oh,
I
okay.
provided you with
okay,
his
thank you.
reply.
We can
Okay.
read that, and if you have any questions, we can call you, right?
Yep.
Okay, we haven't done the warrant thing, right?
Oh, no, we didn't. We did. We forgot about the warrant report.
It's there, we'll get to it.
Well, we kind of skipped over it.
Yeah.
It's like 4 times before.
Well, we know we get back to it. All right,
Okay,
let's take a look at the warrant report, if there's any questions.
I just realized it was still sitting there. What's this thing with the ranges and refrigerators? and
AJ,
12
who's AJ Madison?
AJ Madison is the distributor that, we needed new ranges, for the handicap units. And they are the distributor for Contractors Home Appliance, Cluets, for those. So we just bought them directly from them.
Do we have
cheaper.
electric stoves? Not gas.
Is that why the Manny's truck was here one time? I saw a Manny's truck out there?
Manny's was here delivering a refrigerator for one of the tenants.
Oh, okay,
They have to purchase their own, right?
Right.
Refrigerator, if I
Yeah.
remember that far back.
So instead of paying contractors their portion, we just bought from AJ directly.
okay. All right,
So this is all the cleaning for the things.
Mini
It's
splits.
$250 a piece about,
For most of them, and
Yeah,
then we have
yeah.
some at 500 because they have 2 units in their apartment.
yeah, I see that, yeah.
DHCD has got a line item in there, they're paying 110 of it, so,
okay.
They're paying $110
of it, yeah.
out of the 3,900 and
No,
something.
out of each unit.
Oh.
Each individual, like there's 2 in
Right,
here.
yes.
So they pay they reimburse us 110
Per unit,
per unit.
I see.
Tammy, this lumber for shed, I'm assuming it's for the new shed that,
Right,
Okay.
it was the lumber that went underneath it for it
Okay.
to sit on.
Yeah,
okay.
Is there any way we can get out of this rental on the copier?
On the copier, it's almost over, I believe, yes.
Okay, so are you going to
It was a
renew it?
5-year, no, it was a 5-year contract on it, and I'll just, I think I have a year left on it, and then I'll buy it out. Pay him outright for it.
Okay.
yeah. Those are the kind of units inside people's
Houses.
apartments, right?
Yeah.
Who cleans the inside?
Fontaine,
They clean the inside filters that are on them?
yeah.
That's the $246 bill per
Yeah, but
unit.
I bet it's more the outside they clean too, right?
What do you, the outside of what, the unit?
Outside units.
No, that's the inside units. We didn't
These
get to
are
the
all the
outside
inside
units.
stuff. that
Are
they
you,
did.
so the $110 was supposed to be able to do the inside and the outside. However, our units are so awful that we pay that for the inside. You know, we pay more than that for the inside, so we haven't budgeted yet.
How long does it take them to clean on the inside?
So the inside, they take everything out. I want to say they're, it's
50
probably
minutes.
about an hour for them
An
to
hour?
do all of it. They take everything out. One of them wipes them down. They bring it over to the maintenance garage. They
Wow,
steam
okay.
clean it. They put it back in.
Wow. Okay,
They cleaned ours in the hallway, so they never brought it down here.
okay. Just curious.
And everything.
I didn't think there was that much in there to clean, but
Well,
Why not?
that's
The
where we were
filters,
having
the
those
squirrel
in.
cage.
Yeah, we were having issues that week.
what brand are those?
Those are Mitsubishis.
They should have stuck to making cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are usually some of the best.
Yeah.
Those are usually the best mini splits.
I make a motion to accept do we have to motion this?
Yes.
Motion to accept the Granby Housing Authority report for January 1 to January 31 for Finns Hill.
Second motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right, our next meeting date is
February 22nd.
February 22nd, and I assume we'll keep it at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
22nd at 2, which must be the third Wednesday again, right?
And we'll do the walk around in March, correct?
March, yes. You may bring the smoking up next time.
I will.
Okay.
And we'll have that
On the
ready.
agenda. And post the meeting date for February 22nd at 2. People got a month's notice. Put it on the calendar. Motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.